So the lockout effect is basically the theory that the reason we're not seeing inventory and the reason we're not seeing a lot of sellers jumping on the market like we normally do in the springtime is because they have all sort of locked in their rates. They either bought a new house and were able to move up, and they're not planning on moving because they were just able to really get the house of their dreams at a really great interest rate, or they refinanced the house that they had been living in and they're looking around and they're seeing that there's not much on the market, so they're just hunkering down and sitting pretty in their 3.5% interest rate. And I really think that's probably why we're not seeing a huge amount of inventory hitting the market this spring. But it's also why we're not seeing a huge crash in the market like some people were expecting. So I had heard from a lot of people last spring, oh, we're gonna hold off on buying, all these prices are out of control. We're gonna wait until the market crashes a little bit and the prices come down so that we can afford a little bit more. The problem with that is because there's no inventory and because interest rates have gone up almost double of what they were, the buying ability, the buying power that my clients used to have has been eroded a little bit. And the prices haven't come down on these houses. Because there's no inventory, those prices have stayed pretty steady. So the prices remained high and then the interest rates went high. And that's what we're seeing. These buyers have basically been locked out of the market, which is kind of sad. I do feel for my clients who have been telling me in some cases, more than 2 years, we're looking to buy, we're just waiting for the right house at the right price. I mean, and everyone wants to get a deal. I get that. I was blessed with my house. I got an incredible deal. But we are looking at a really rough market as far as the prices and the interest rates for my buyers. For a lot of sellers, the only things we're really seeing come on the market are the sellers who are either moving out of state or moving out of the area, they're relocating or they're going to move closer to family, or we're seeing some estate sales, which is just bound to happen. But we don't see sellers who are desperate to sell, and so they have their prices set at decent prices. I mean, the houses are worth it in this market, and they're willing to hang on and wait for the buyer who's willing to pay that price. So this term that's kind of been buzzing around is actually a pretty good description. I think it's fair. So given that evaluation, and I could be way wrong, please let me know if I'm way off base here, but given that, how can we prepare for buying a house? Because we still have tons of people who want to buy a house. So here is what I would encourage and what I am encouraging my buyers to do. Number one, let's set realistic expectations. Okay, so you had this dream of owning a 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath house. If that's your dream and that is what's required, just be ready to jump when that house comes on the market. Are you pre-approved? Do you know what your finances are? Make sure you're talking with a lender pretty regularly just so that you are in a great position to make the offer when that house pops on the market. But also, if you are dead set on buying, you just are tired of the rental game, the rents have gone a little bit higher too, which is a totally different topic, but you're ready to buy and you had an idea, you wanted 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, but maybe 3 bedrooms and 2 baths would work. Do you want to adjust your parameters? And if that's the case, talk to the person you're working with as far as a realtor goes. I have had clients who had super high expectations. They wanted an acre and a half, and they wanted that 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath house, and they ended up buying in the middle of town with a 3-bedroom, 1.5-bath house because that's the number that worked for them, and they had to adjust their expectations. So my biggest encouragement for my buyers is have your expectations and make them realistic in the market that we're in right now. Be ready to wait if you're really going to hold on to what you really, really want, but also be communicating with the people who are going to help you make that purchase. Communication is key here. Be talking to the realtor you're working with. Be talking to the banker you're planning on using. And if you don't have a banker, now is a good time to kind of shop around and see who is the right mortgage lender for your situation. There are a lot of good programs still for especially first-time home buyers or people who are willing to take on a project. And when you don't have a house and you're not in the crunch time of a crazy busy market, it's a great time to shop around and get to know some of these programs and get to know the lender that's going to help you get there. Communication and relationship is number one in the real estate market. And so, I'm here to build relationships with my clients. I'm here to build relationships with other realtors. I think I've mentioned it before. I really never saw myself, when you're a little kid, dreaming about what you're going to be when you grow up. I never saw myself being a realtor, being an investor, getting into this world, but I really love it. It's been a wild ride, but it's been really, really interesting. And so if you're just wanting to talk to someone about what's going on, or you're looking for someone to help you kind of strategize, you can give me a call. You can find me. My information is pretty much everywhere. If you're watching this video, you'll be able to find me. But yeah, if you just want to talk about what's going on, no strings attached, no agency agreement needs to be signed. I love talking about this. It really does set a trajectory for people's lives. And that is where that's the power of real estate as far as I'm concerned. There's something really special about owning your own home. And we as realtors, we get to help people realize that dream. And that's exciting. That's a cool job. I am just blessed to be here. So if anyone ever just wants to chat, you can hit up my Facebook, my Instagram. Like I said, I'm here to talk and discuss these ideas. Even if you totally disagree with me, let me know, because I'm here to learn. Everyone's still learning. The minute you think you have it all learned is the minute you should probably stop doing what you're doing. So that's kind of my philosophy. All right, long enough video for today. I'll talk to you later.